Menachem Begin, one of the most famous Israeli prime ministers, had a controversial background, having led the Irgun, also called Etzel, a military group and underground movement which carried out acts of violence against the ruling British mandate in the land of Israel. After independence, Begin founded the right-wing Cherut party and was elected to the first Knesset. This later merged into the modern Likud party. Begin was the first right-wing Israeli prime minister, ending decades of Labour domination, with the first ever Likud victory in 1977. Begin's campaign tried to show him as a humble and pious leader, and he would probably be classed as Israel's most traditional prime minister. During his time, he bombed the Iraqi nuclear reactor in Osirak in 1981, and also made the decision to invade Lebanon in 1982 in Operation Peace for the Galil, which has become known as the First Lebanon War. The war succeeded in expelling the PLO, the Palestinian Liberation Organization, from its base in Lebanon, but was controversial due to the involvement of Israel in the civil wars of another country and the extent of the IDF involvement in a massacre committed by Lebanese Christians on Palestinians, which resulted in public demonstrations in Tel Aviv and an inquiry indirectly blaming the government for the actions. The big question is peace with an enemy nation. The big event of Begin's leadership was his peace deal with Egypt. Israel withdrew from the Sinai Desert, captured in 1967, in return for the full peace with an Arab nation for the first time. What would you have done? Like Begin, Yitzhak Shamir had underground roots, having been in Lehi, also called the Stern Gang, a group which opposed the British at all costs, even in their fight against Germany. Shamir was captured by the British but escaped and became one of the Lehi's leaders. However, in 1944 the British exiled him to Africa, and he only returned to Israel in 1948. After time in the Mossad, Shamir became Knesset Speaker, Foreign Minister and finally Prime Minister of the Likud party after Begin's retirement in 1983. He was known as a hardliner who was not keen on peace with the Arabs. In 1984, an election produced a very close result. Shimon Peres' left-wing alignment party received 44 seats and Shamir getting 41. Sound familiar? The agreement reached was a peculiar one. Both leaders would get to be prime minister for 2 years each of the 4-year Knesset. So after Peres had a go, Shamir returned to his old job in 1986. In 1988, it was even closer, with Shamir getting 40 seats to Peres' 39. The coalition continued with Shamir as PM. However, in 1990, Peres tried to unseat him in the dirty trick, a coup whereby Peres formed a new coalition. After his plot failed, Shamir continued as PM until he lost to Labour in 1992. During this time, Shamir ordered the airlifting of thousands of Ethiopian Jews to Israel in Operation Solomon, as well as participating, reluctantly, in the Madrid Conference, an early international effort at making peace between Israel and the PLO. The big question is to respond or not. In 1990, following Iraq's invasion of Kuwait, the USA, UK and others attacked Iraq in what was to be called the First Gulf War. Even though war was nothing to do with Israel, Saddam Hussein attacked it with Scud missiles. There were casualties from the war, though it was miraculous that the figure was very low. America told Israel not to interfere and respond to these attacks, and Shamir agreed. Would you have done this? Could you bear your people suffering and trust others to fight for the war for you? Shimon Peres has had the longest standing Knesset career of any Israeli politician. He has been Prime Minister in 2 decades for the Labour Party, and since 2007 has been the President of the State of Israel representing the Kadima Party. Peres was known for his constant rivalry with Yitzhak Rabin, whom he fought for the leadership of the Labour Party many times. He won a Nobel Peace Prize for his role in the Oslo Accords, which he took responsibility for when he became Prime Minister in 1995, after Rabin's assassination. Interestingly, he has never won a Knesset election outright, but was still Prime Minister twice. The big question is to stay or to go. Shimon Peres is the ultimate survivor of Israeli politics. He is still the president at the age of 88. Do you think Peres has outstayed his welcome in politics? Is he just a power-hungry politician that never gave up? Or is he the man dedicated to his ideals, ready to continue until his goals have been reached, such as peace with the Palestinians? What do you think? Benjamin Netanyahu, known as Bibi, won a popular vote to become Prime Minister for the Likud party in 1996 and again in 2009. Netanyahu speaks perfect English, is an excellent speaker and a relatively young leader. He is the only Israeli Prime Minister born after 1948. His brother was Yoni Netanyahu, leader of the secret Israeli rescue mission to Entebbe, Uganda, to release hostages who died in the mission and became a national hero. During Netanyahu's first term as Prime Minister, he was confronted with suicide bombings but was seen as strong on security. He slowed down the Oslo process considerably but did give control of Hebron to the Palestinians and signed the Wye River Accords in 1998. After losing the 1999 election, he returned to politics as a part of Ariel Sharon's government. He was foreign minister and then finance minister, helping Israel's economy after the worst part of the Intifada. He was an opponent of the disengagement from Gaza, though did not resign in protest. When Sharon left Likud, Netanyahu became the leader and prime minister in 2009. Interestingly, Tzipi Livni's Kadima won the most seats in the election, 28 compared to Likud's 27, but Netanyahu was asked to form a government. The current government includes Likud, Yisrael Beitenu, Shas, Labour, Bayit Yehudi, and United Torah Judaism. The big question is, how do you deal with terror states? Possibly the two greatest threats to Israel currently are Gaza, which has become a Hamas state, and Iran. How much would you have given to bring Shalit home? What would you do when unsure as to whether Iran would dare launch a nuclear strike against Israel?